Hey everybody, Thacia here with Legacy of Light in conjunction with One Love Wellness Center here in Menasha, Wisconsin, coming to you from one of my 365 days from my heart to yours. And today is a super cool day. It is an eclipse in Capricorn, and a day or two ago the sun and the moon were in Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn, so it's a super great time, you know, for everybody else to be in the Capricorn energy as well as myself, and just to clean out energy, to get things done, you know, like go through your closet, clean things out that you don't need, go through your house, clean things out that you don't need, go through your, you know, your emotions, clean things out that you don't need, but, you know, people-wise, you know, take out the people that are no longer serving you on your path or helping you, or that you have to continually to serve in a way that's just draining energy for you and is not productive for you. And also, I picked a card from the ANUBIS Oracle. Look at him, ANUBIS. And then Denise Lynn, the Sacred Traveler. Some pretty cool cards. I usually, how I do it is I have ANUBIS hanging out with me, and you know, he's the opener of the way. So I, you know, just ask him for guidance and direction, and, you know, for myself, and then when I do it for you guys, I ask for just a general for whoever may ever watch this video. So, today, this is perfect for, you know, the energy that we're in right now is the reconciliation of opposites, forgiveness and understanding. And so it's SOBEK and HORUS. I'll just let you look at that. And so this is a perfect card for this energy to come through on, because, you know, in that, when I was talking about, you know, ridding your life of things that don't serve you, we need to also, in that, you know, in situations where maybe we need to find forgiveness for ourselves and forgiveness for other people in our lives. And, you know, in forgiveness, it's not about saying that, you know, what happened to you is okay. It's changing your perspective, and it's allowing you to let go of the emotions that you have attached to that. And, you know, being willing to first of all, just forgive yourself is, you know, for me has been the hardest part of forgiveness, is forgiving myself. So SOBEK and HORUS represents two powerful opposing psychic forces found in all human beings, the old and the new part of each of us. They appear together and adversarial allies to help us reconcile opposing forces and create harmonious, balanced unions within. The crocodile god SOBEK represents strength and fortitude, fertility and rebirth. For SOBEK, we inherit the reptilian brain that contains the ancient evolutionary patterns. It rules the automatic functions that have kept us protected, alive, and prepared to grow forward. So, in that is kind of like also the, you know, the brain and our ego. Because ultimately, all these things that the ego has been doing has been in protection of you. It's not malicious or hateful. It is to keep you protected. And as you become more aware, then these things aren't as necessary anymore. But we need to go through the emotions, to go through this situation, to live through these, not live in it, as I said before. We live through them and come out on the other side, not we live in it and stay in it. That's for, you know, when your awareness isn't as, you know, on the path of growth, is when you stay and you live in the emotional situations, whatever they may be. But when we choose to have awareness and to begin our path of growth, then we need to live through these, and we need to look at all of them, and to, you know, learn the art of forgiveness, which can be, you know, a daily ritual. If it's something deep, if it's something that's, you know, down there under a bunch of layers, it may not just happen one time. It may, you know, it may take some time. It may take some, you know, continual intention on, I want to be free from this, but right now I can't. You know, depending on what the hurt is. But eventually you can. You can come to a point where that situation may come up in your mind and you're like, oh, but I made it through. And you're not still reliving the trauma part, because you've gotten rid of your attachment to those emotions. And on my mirror up here, I have it's the Buddhist prayer of compassion. And that's a good one to do on a daily basis. So you're asking, may I live in peace? May I truly be happy? May I live in love? May I know the power of forgiveness? May I live in recognition that my life has deep meaning and purpose. And so you start with yourself, and then you go on to family members, and then you go on to people who you were having a hard time forgiving. And you do this prayer over and over and over until that situation could come to mind and you can just let it go. And you don't have that, you know, that traumatic reaction. It doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It just means that you can go, oh, okay. Like I can deal with this. And you know, right now it may seem like that is not even possible. And it may take longer. You know, everybody's different. Maybe it'll take a week. Maybe it'll take 2 weeks. Maybe it'll take 3 months. Maybe it'll take 6 months. But something will give, and you will be able to forgive. Forgive yourself and forgive whoever else was involved in the situation that you were having trouble with. It says, Horus is the son of Isis and Osiris. In this oracle, he comes into maturity and prepares to step into his full power as the enlightened ruler. All pharaohs are called Horus. As a hawk-headed solar deity, he is associated with higher mental and spiritual functions. If you have drawn this card, it's time to take a deep look at the energetic desire to evolve while stepping into a new way of being. You may experience a sense of conflict from the old self. In truth, it is willing but needs to know that what's of value will not be lost and the mistakes will not be repeated. This is an opportunity to take stock of the newer self that wants to evolve and step forward, and of the old self that wants to make sure that you have a solid foundation to stand on. So in that, they're saying, you know, that exact same thing, the ego that has been keeping us safe from whatever experiences that we've had, that created these patterns that, you know, was keeping us safe. That's the old self. Then our higher self and the divine expression want us to become a union with that ego, not to just push it away and say, oh, we're done. It just needs to know that you will be safe and that it will be safe. And you don't have to go through these same patterns, these same mistakes anymore. to keep yourself safe. And a lot of it is just loving yourself and those mistakes and those things that, the patterns that you did it to keep yourself safe, to help you, but that no longer do. And they are no longer needed because you are becoming aware. You're cleaning out the closet. You're cleaning out your life. And this is what the Capricorn energy is about. Taking charge. Cleaning out what doesn't need to be there. And moving forward in a positive manner. And it says, drawing this card indicates that a resolution is afoot. If there is a conflict in your life or something in the way of your forward or upward motion, meditating with these two seemingly opposing forces can bring you to a deeper understanding of a relationship or situation. It can also open the way to forgiveness. If you bump into part of yourself that is closed to forgiveness, stay open. It is one of the most potent keys for resolution. So we must remain open with others and within ourselves and within the opposing forces. And that is what this universe is all these opposing forces that want to work together to help you and to heal you and to bring you to a greater awareness of yourself, of your divine expression, and what are you bringing to this plane, this existence, this state that we're in right now. Because the person, the who you are right now is kind of like, you know, the one in charge of all of it for the moment. But we can work together with all of ourselves. The things that we think are the opposite, those are going to help us when we can meld all of this together. So in the darkness, we find our light. You know? And it's just like when the stars are out at night. That's when they're the most beautiful, is in the darkness. Then they can shine. So without the darkness, we cannot shine. We cannot be seen. So work with the reconciliation of opposites and forgiveness and understanding and the SOBEK and HORUS. And in working with those, you will come to dun, 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 the gates of triumph. Success expands in your life. So when we can learn to work with all these opposites, we will be blessed with triumph. There's no denying that can be the future when you choose to have the intention of forgiveness, have the intention of reconciliation, have the intention of cleaning out the old. And when we clean out the old and when we move out stuff that isn't serving us, stuff that is just cluttering up our life, we make room for our success. We make room for this triumph period. So it says, the gates of triumph are waiting to open deep and wide for you. Inner and outer success is coming your way. Thriving state of mind. Accept that you can reach any goal you desire, and even more victories will expand in your life. The more you feel it, the more love, prosperity, fame, and fortune will pour into your life. The sacred traveler wants you to know. Arriving in a foreign hamlet, wreaths of flowers are placed around the sacred traveler's shoulders. The town people celebrate in honor of the traveler. The village elders know the challenges faced and overcome and are welcoming with open arms. If a situation knocks you over, get up and brush yourself off and discover what you have learned. You aren't a failure if you fall down, only if you stay down. So keep going and believe in yourself. This is what true success is. Acknowledge your accomplishments in life. They are more than you can imagine. Victory, good fortune, and triumph are at hand. And also, with the gates of triumph, I have learned to celebrate everything, even if it seems so small. Because it's in those small moments when we are grateful for everything that more triumph, more success can come our way. Because we see the smallest things as a success. So it's as if we're giving the universe permission for the bigger successes. Because we've recognized and we realize every amount of success is a success. Even if it's tiny, even if it's giant, it still should be celebrated in the same fashion. So, the reconciliation of opposite brings you about to the gates of triumph. And, in this Capricorn energy of clearing out and working to see if, you can find reconciliation within a situation to be able to let go of your attachment to that and hold on to the things that serve you and love everything, whether it serves you or it does not. Because that's going to bring you your balance between the ego, the divine expression, your higher self, the universe. It brings you in alignment with all of that. And that's where you will find your success. So remember that you are eternally adored and loved, no matter what. And that the universe is always wanting success and triumph for you. And it isn't, wrong if we fail. We just need to get back up. To stand back up and say, okay, I'll try another way. Maybe the universe has something better for me. And it's not a failure. It's just saying, go a different way. Try a different road. That one wasn't good enough for you. We have something better. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so. And in the description of the video is other ways that you can get a hold of me. And I love you all and wish you the best in this beautiful, beautiful Capricorn energy eclipse.